Ke nna Mothabeng moradi wa Albertina, Mama Chona le Joseph Mbutana Moloi. Ke le lekgolokwe le hlaba kotswana, le hlaba kgoka le mao ka sebonong, le hlaba le isa kgorong ha mafafane. Mafafane a eja a e halala, a re kgutla hape o e eketsa, motho wa o etsetse.
Welcome to the Journey with Mpho podcast, a sacred space for healing, love, and rediscovering your life purpose. Introducing your host, Mpho.
Hello, Journey with Mpho friends and family. This episode is going to sound similar to episode 17, which was titled Mood Uplifter, in the sense that it's going to be an extended mic check. We received such great feedback for episode 17 that we were inspired to close off the year with similar content. But before we do that, let's go ahead and play you one of the voice notes we received on WhatsApp as feedback. This voice note is from my friend who regularly listens to the podcast and supports it, and I was genuinely touched by her sincere appreciation for the content in episode 17. Listen to this.
Friend, just thank you for sharing, and thank you for having the platform and being brave enough to share your vulnerable side. It's such a rare thing these days, especially when a lot of people like have a platform like that to reach so many other people. It just makes, like, even listening to the episode, it just makes you feel as another human, just connecting to another human, especially going through the motions of like adulthood and all the changes that come along with it, and the different stages in your life where you evolve. And sometimes it might feel so overwhelming. It's just a person listening to the episode, you might be in your head about your own things, and you think like, this just to hear someone else out there being brave enough to share their vulnerable side just makes it feel like you're holding that person's hand as well, and that you're really like not alone in the challenges of life. And I can only imagine how, like you said, the critic in yourself must have been like a little bit scared to post that episode out. But it just, like, thank you for sharing that episode. It just does make you feel like, as a listener, you're not alone in this life thing. And it's just also such a rare thing to find that, you know, people out there that have platforms are just sharing their tough days, because all we get to see 99% of the time is literally the highlights of people's lives, which, yes, it's social media, I guess, but just to have that platform where someone can be like as real as they can be just makes it so much better and so much more relatable. So I appreciate you for sharing that, and I'm sure the rest of your audience like feels the exact same way. And I'm glad to hear that tough day is behind you and that you're doing good.
And that feedback right there is exactly why my ancestors and I often come together to create content for this episode and to share it. We know that there are a few content creators out there who are for authentic living and showing up authentically, and it's inspiring. And so some of their content has inspired us to show up in this natural, in this is me kind of way. Thank you to my friend for that feedback. I love you so very, very much. Today's episode is titled Relentless Positivity, and it's weird because firstly, I'm releasing this episode out of schedule. I can hear my therapist's voice in my head. I can hear her voice in the sense that says, give yourself a break, Mpho. The other part of this is that I am recording this exactly 3 days before the year ends. I had intended to release episodes every other Sunday, and I missed last Sunday, and I have a very good reason. And the reason is also behind the title of this episode. So let's get into it. Relentless Positivity, right? On December 18th, I tested positive for COVID-19. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time dwelling on how difficult it was to navigate some of the symptoms and how some nights were overwhelmingly, I don't know if overwhelmingly is the right word, but they had this weight of fear on them. And I realized a lot of the fear that I was trying to process or approach had to do with the stories and the narratives that we hear about this virus and what it can possibly do to the body, and how some outcomes aren't as positive as what mine was. Gratitude helped me overcome that fear. Being very specific and being very grateful for very small things like the sun, having the little bit of energy to go out for a walk, the fact that my baby girl was doing well and getting through this with a minor cough and just a runny nose, but no other severe and major symptoms. Just being grateful for those little things helped me overcome fear, but also changed my vibration and helped me heal a lot quicker, I think, than I would have healed if I had not been doing that. And so I oftentimes think that this relentless positivity that I have about me, like, oh, it's all good, it's gonna be fine, it's all great, can sometimes be toxic in a sense and can be deceitful. But in this particular instance, it was very, very helpful to seek out the good things that are happening and to be so grateful for them and to focus my energy just on that, and all of that was life-changing. I want to continue to cultivate that kind of behavior moving into the new year, because I do think that I was definitely vibrating lower when I contracted the virus. I was stressed out, always rushing, always having something to do, should be somewhere, and not slowing down. And my body kept giving me these signals like rest, slow down, breathe. And I was like, no, I'm going to do that at the end of the year when I'm on vacation. For now, we just push through. And we basically pushed our body into a virus that was, it's not fun, it's not fun. And no virus should ever be fun. So as we move into the new year, I just want us to think about the things that we've really loved about this year. We started this year with the gratitude rampage, and that was another episode that got such great feedback. And so as we move into this new year, how do we focus? How do we learn to focus our lenses on the good things that are happening, to be relentlessly positive, to not in the toxic sense, but in the way that feels good, that says, I see all of the good things that are happening in my life, and this is what I'm really grateful for. I'm not denying the challenges and the hardships that I may be facing. I'm choosing to amplify the good so that I can kind of temporarily shift my focus and give my mind this peace, this ability to relax and stop worrying about what's not working, and really focus in and be grateful for what is working, for what is happening. How can I bring this presence into my body? How can I be present? And so I have my singing bowl with me because in the United States, it's winter and some people still may be recovering from the virus. And so I'm going to use the root chakra C bowl to kind of bring that presence into the body, to connect the body to Mother Earth, to nature, to its natural ability to heal and work through this virus. And then we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about how we'd like to approach this coming year, what we're looking forward to, and some of the really great lessons that this current year has given to us. So take a couple of deep breaths. And deep breaths can look and feel however they should for you, you know. It's not about taking big gulps of air into the stomach or into the chest. I just want you to breathe. Just recognize that your body does this magical thing, even though you're not focusing on doing it, that it's just breathing. I just want you to connect to that specific moment of breath in, breath out, at your own pace, love. And I'm gonna play the singing bowl. It's 10 p.m. at night. Hopefully my neighbors don't get pissed. If they do, it's okay. Singing bowls are really good in the sense that people hear the sound and they don't quite know what's playing. So you could even play it at night, and that's why I love them so much. So I'm gonna quit babbling. Breath in. Know that you're taking a deep breath. Breath out. Know that you are releasing breath. Okay? Let's play. I can still feel some anxiety in my body. I can still feel the weight of what this year has been for many. I'm still grateful. So grateful for our bodies, for our survival skills, for our relentless positivity, for our strength, for our resilience. So grateful. My hands are literally shaking because as I'm playing this and tuning into my body, I'm recognizing what my body's been through in the past 2 weeks. I'm recognizing that other people have been through this. Other people have not made it through this. And so, as I play, I can feel all of this. As we move into the new year, I think the interesting thing about this year was that when it started, we were so hopeful that this pandemic would end, and we're almost approaching our 2-year mark with it, and it's been variant after variant and shot after booster shot, and it just does, it feels like we are just finding out about the virus and it's the first day. So as we continue to build this resilience, as we continue to dig deep for this present mind, present body, present spirit approach, staying connected to the human part of us, to the how do I show up in my fullness, whether that be strength and vulnerability or just showing up for the sake of showing up. How do I do that? Let's look at some of the things that we've loved about ourselves this year. The good thing about difficult times and difficult months, weeks, days, years, whatever the case is that they give you this great opportunity to grow, growing pains, to go within, to focus, and to be more intentional with how we show up, how we use our time, and who we choose to connect with. And so that intentionality, right? How do we move forth with it? As we think about that, I'm going to play the singing bowl again. This time with the intention to invoke joy. I may actually, that was the crystal singing bowl that I was playing. I may actually pull out the Tibetan singing bowl. It's my favorite one. Oftentimes get a lot of good feels from it. So as I play, think about what the hard days, the hard weeks, the hard times of this year were trying to communicate to you. Think about how there was this creation process. There was this beauty being created in those hard times. And let's try and take those lessons to heart. Let's take those teachings from this year to heart. Use them to have a great 2022. I like double numbers. I always have loved double numbers. So let me grab my Tibetan singing bowl. Let's play. The word that comes up for me right now is gratitude. Specifically, how we started this year with the gratitude rampage episode. How do we wrap up this one? And gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank the sun for coming up. Thank your body for the amazing work that it does to fight viruses, to keep you safe, to give you the energy you need to complete the tasks of the day, to give you the mental bandwidth it takes to show up for almost 2 years of a pandemic. Thank your friends, thank your family, your loved ones, for being there with you, for holding your hand through this. It doesn't have to specifically be just those groups of people, that random stranger who has shown you simple acts of kindness, random acts of kindness. Gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful. Not just on Thanksgiving, but every single day, every single moment, with that breath in, breath out. So grateful. So grateful for what is now, for what has been, for what will be, but mostly for what is right here, right now, because it's building me, it's helping me grow, it's helping me become the person that I said I wanted to be. I want you guys to be relentlessly positive. It doesn't mean not acknowledging or living in denial of the hard times and the challenging times that you may be going through. It's about changing your chemical balance, changing your vibration so that you can become this magnet that attracts good into your life no matter what's going on. I tell you guys, this last 2 weeks of positivity has been insane. The amount of good things. One night I was so frustrated with my financial state that I said to the universe, hey, I'm not even asking for money out of the sky. All I want is just for the money that is owed to me to be paid to me. I'd be good. Like, if I had all of the places and people and spaces that owe me, pay me, it's all good. And in the last couple of 2 days after that, I had those specific spaces and people calling and saying, oh yeah, remember this one thing that you had a refund for that we've been hassling you for? Here it is. And so shifting my focus out of I don't have, nobody's responding to, nobody's giving me back what belongs to me, and to, hey, I do have, I just need it flowing my way, it truly changed my experience and my financial situation. So outside of finance, attract good health to yourself, attract love, good friendships. I've had such a blessed, phenomenal year with sisterhood. I used to tell myself I couldn't have great female friends, and this year has been the year for phenomenal female friends who have pulled through, loved me, healed that part of me that was building a negative narrative, because yes, negative narratives exist. So as we move into the new year, if there's two things that you remember from me, just 2 words: relentlessly positive. That's all you gotta be, love. That's all you gotta be. Seek out the good that's happening. Talk about it, amplify it, encourage those around you to do the same, to help you, to help us, the conscious collective, to increase the vibration. And then be you. Whatever that may look and feel like, it may change from day to day. It may evolve as you learn more things, as you're exposed to more things, and as you grow. Whatever that looks like, be you. The world needs you. The world needs you in your fullness, in your greatness, and in your beauty. I need you in your fullness, in your beauty, and in your greatness. I love you guys so very, very much. It feels good to be back. I know I keep leaving and coming back, but I'm serious. It feels good to be here, now, in this moment, with you guys. If you listen to this before the new year, Happy New Year. I will be on the other side of this mic as we move into the new year, sharing more thoughts from my heart, from my mind, unscripted. And if you are listening to this after the new year, Happy New Year. Congratulations for making it with us to this brand new year. I wish you nothing but the manifestation of your deepest heart desire. May it be a good one. May it be filled with all of the good things that we've been praying for. Okay. I love you guys. I am going to sign out. Maholokwe, Kiotaba, Ribuile. Aloha.
Well, before you go, I wanted to thank you for taking the first step in supporting my journey by listening to this episode. The second big step would be exploring the various ways you can become an official supporter of my journey by signing up for our Patreon offerings. We offer some great benefits such as one-to-one phone calls and distance Reiki sessions with me. For more information, visit patreon.com/journeywithmpho. The link is in the episode notes. If you loved what you heard, then subscribe to the show and continue to share episodes that resonate with friends and family. If you're listening through Apple Podcasts, please take a few minutes to rate and review us so we can continue to get our content to the people who need it the most. We are serious about getting your feedback, so if you'd like to take the rating and review a step further, check out our feedback survey link in the episode notes. Your feedback will help us to continue offering content that matters to you and is worth your time. Finally, in this day and age, it apparently matters how many followers you have on social media, so go ahead and find us on Instagram at journeywithmpho, and we promise to make it worth your while by sharing heart-centered, conscious content. Thank you for your continued support. I cannot wait to spend time with you again in the next episode.